Hello, viewer. Thanks for joining me in my masterclass. And today, quickly, I shall be talking to us about a man called Tyson Fury. For those of us who are lovers of boxing, that name shouldn't be strange to us. Look at his picture here. You see him? Yes. You see, I've garnered a lot of experiences from studying this book. You see one thing? Behind or beyond the ring, there are great and amazing stories about these athletes that we have to know. Now, Tyson Fury, growing up as a young boy, had a goal to become the world heavyweight boxer. That's the number one. That was his goal. And everything he was doing was gravitated towards actualizing this goal. And you know what happened? At the age of 27, he achieved this goal. But you want to hear what happened next? The tragedy struck. Because at that point he achieved this goal, he had become a millionaire in dollar with so much pounds, dollars, hard currencies in his account, with so much Porsche cars, Ferrari, and all that in his garage, but he was empty at that point. He just discovered that all his life he has been so concentrated on his goal, pursuit of his goal, and leaving other important things undone. Now he never gave good attention to his family, that's his children. He never spent good time with his children. He never had good time in building good relationships with people. He never had time to pursue his purpose in life. Now, there's a difference between purpose and profession, like I said in one of my broadcasts. Now, if you don't understand this, there tend to be some level of frustration if care is not taken. Now, at the point the young man at the age of 27 had achieved his goal, he found that he was empty. And at that point, depression started setting in. He became depressed. And for 3 good years, Tyson Fury was in the low burger of depression. It got so bad to the extent that he actually wanted to take his life. Now, one day he was driving, and a voice just told him, why not hit the bridge and fall off into the lagoon and just take your life. And as he was about hitting the bridge, another voice spoke to him that, think about your children? And that was how he refused to take his life at the end of the day. Now, this lesson objective from this story of Tyson Fury is that, today so many of us are running after materialism. So many of us are in pursuit of, profession, living what's so important, that's purpose. Living our relationship with our family, building, enjoying a good relationship with family, good relationship with people, with friends, and so many other things. So by the time you succeed hitting that goal, you just find out that, the goal becomes useless to you. And at this point, Tyson Fury, now, let me just read what he said in one of the pages here. Now, just imagine Tyson Fury saying that if you think that your dream is to get a Ferrari or a Porsche car of any worth in your life, that once you hit that dream, you have no other dream anymore, then you are a big liar. You've not started. Can you imagine that? Now, this is a man who has gone through this lane talking to you. Wealth is important. To actualize your goal is important. But to think that achieving your goal is the highest success you can achieve, is the highest zenith you can go, then that's a big fallacy. Because the goal actualization of your goal is not really your destination. At the point you've achieved your goal, there are other things that are very imperative, that are very important, that you have to, consider. You have to prioritize. For want of time, I want to stop here. But before I stop, let me bring this to your notice, that there is a huge difference between profession and purpose. I've said it before in one of our previous videos. There's a huge difference. We have to understand this difference between both. You can actualize or get to the zenith of your profession as an MD of a bank, as the chairman of a bank, the CEO of a bank, that is fantastic. That's career excellence. But at that point, you might still be empty. So it is when you achieve success in your profession, then you balance it with success in purpose, actualization of purpose. That is when you talk about fulfillment. So for Tyson Fury, at the point he became the world heavyweight boxing champion at the age of 27, he had succeeded in actualizing his targets professionally. That's in his profession. But something was still lacking. What is that? Purpose. And it was when he fell into depression that, coming out of depression, he said to himself, yes, I have to sponsor a ministry. I have to begin a ministry tailored at helping people with mental challenges, people who are into depression, to come back from depression. That one became his purpose. And at that point, I see Fury, said materialism no longer made sense or made any meaning to him. The monies in his bank account, the Ferraris and all that became useless. The watch, the wristwatches and all that became useless to him. And what made sense and meaning to him became putting smiles on the faces of people. So whatsoever you are doing, you should know that the end product of success in your profession or whatsoever you do that brings money to you is to manifest purpose, to channel such success into purpose. And the end product of purpose is making lives better, creating joy in people's lives. Thank you so much for going to my station, ladies and gentlemen. Till we meet in our next edition. I'm still your friend Secrete. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.